Good morning, Oklahoma, and welcome to Cow-Calf Corner. Our topic this week is selection for extremes and how it relates to calving ease. When we talk about selection for extremes, we're basically saying we're identifying a trait and we're trying to select for either the maximum or minimum value of it we possibly can. And while this always potentially leads to the greatest genetic change, if we take it too far, we can create some biological extremes that the environment tends to revolt against, or maybe unlock some genetic antagonisms that aren't really good for profit potential in beef production. So we know we've got effective tools that we can use, things like a calving ease direct EPD or a birth weight EPD that we can use as selection tools to identify bulls that are going to give us calving ease, particularly when we mate them to first calf heifers. So the question, can selection for extremes be taken too far when it comes to calving ease? Well, the short answer, yes. We know that lighter birth weight calves are more likely to be born unassisted, less likely to have calving difficulty. The flip side of that coin, there tends to be less vigor, there's higher mortality rate, and those calves don't grow as well long term when they're extremely small at birth. Calving ease is best thought of as a threshold trait. When we get to the level we're trying to achieve, an unassisted birth and a vigorous calf that's up and nursing, we've reached the desired objective of selecting for calving ease. And we want to manage and select for it accordingly when we think about that. Nobody wants to have to pull calves. That being said, when we think about calving out heifers, it's a prudent management practice to monitor, be there for supervision. We know that about 5% of all calves are going to have an abnormal presentation. There could be something come up aside from just the size of that calf that requires our management during calving season. I encourage you, as you're looking for calving ease bulls right now, take a look at past production records. Take a look at the past EPDs for things like calving ease direct and birth weight of the sires of previous calf crops, and use those things as a guide to figure out how much selection pressure to apply to calving ease as we think about identifying bulls to use on that next set of replacement heifers. I hope this helps, and as always, thanks for joining us on Cow-Calf Corner.